Imagine a god so powerful and fearsome that his very presence commanded respect and awe across ancient Egypt. A deity born from the chaotic waters, embodying both the untamed ferocity of a crocodile and the protective strength of a guardian. Welcome to the world of Sobek, the ferocious crocodile god of ancient Egypt. In this video, we'll dive deep into his origin, explore his vital role in mythology, witness the grandeur of his temples, unravel his legendary tales, and understand his lasting legacy. What makes Sobek a symbol of both fear and reverence? How did this formidable god navigate the waters of life and death, influencing the very part of ancient Egyptian culture? Join us as we uncover the riveting stories and powerful imagery of Sobek, a god who was both a protector and a destroyer, a warrior and a nurturer. Prepare to be captivated by the dualities and mysteries of Sobek, the crocodile god whose legend has stood the test of time. In the beginning, when the world was still being shaped by the hands of the gods, Sobek emerged from the swirling waters of chaos. Born of the primal deities, he took the formidable form of a crocodile, a creature revered and feared by the people of the Nile. With his scales glistening in the sun and his powerful jaws capable of crushing bones, Sobek was the embodiment of strength and ferocity. Yet, his appearance was not just a testament to his might. The ancient Egyptians saw in him a guardian, a protector who could navigate the treacherous waters of life and death. Sobek's visage, often depicted with the head of a crocodile and the body of a man, was a symbol of his dual nature. He was both a creature of the river and a deity who walked among men. His eyes, piercing and watchful, reflected the depths of the Nile, while his powerful form commanded respect and awe. In temples and on walls, artists captured his image, portraying him in scenes of both war and peace, highlighting his role as a god who could bring both destruction and prosperity. As the tales of Sobek spread, so did his influence. He became a central figure in the pantheon of gods, revered for his ability to control the waters that were the lifeblood of Egypt. The crocodile, an apex predator, symbolized the raw, untamed power of nature. Sobek, in his divine form, was seen as the master of this power, capable of harnessing it for the benefit of his people. The ancient Egyptians believed that through Sobek, they could find protection from the dangers lurking in the depths of the river. But Sobek was more than just a god of power and ferocity. He was also a symbol of fertility and renewal. The Nile, which he was believed to control, brought life to the parched land, allowing crops to grow and civilizations to thrive. In this way, Sobek was a god of dualities, embodying both the destructive and life-giving forces of nature. His story, intertwined with the very essence of Egypt, was a testament to the delicate balance between fear and reverence, power and protection. Sobek's journey in the tapestry of Egyptian mythology began with a mission to safeguard the Nile, the river that was the heart and soul of the ancient land. As a protector, Sobek wielded immense power, his very presence instilling a sense of security among the people. The legends say that he would patrol the waters, ensuring that the life-giving flow remained unimpeded. His connection to the Nile made him an essential deity, one who could command the currents and bring fertility to the arid land. In the grand mythological narratives, Sobek's alliances with other gods played a crucial role. He was often seen as a loyal servant of Ra, the sun god, and a fierce ally of Horus, the falcon-headed deity of kingship and sky. These relationships underscored his importance in maintaining the cosmic order. One of the most compelling tales speaks of Sobek rescuing the scattered pieces of Osiris, helping to restore him to life. This act not only showcased Sobek's strength, but also his pivotal role in the cycle of life and death. Sobek's control over the waters extended to his influence on fertility and agriculture. The ancient Egyptians believed that Sobek's presence in the Nile ensured the annual inundation, which deposited rich silt onto the farmlands, allowing crops to flourish. In this way, Sobek was not just a god of the river but a deity of life and renewal. His ability to bring abundance from the depths of the water was a vital aspect of his divinity, making him a god who could nurture as well as protect. Despite his fearsome nature, Sobek was also revered for his benevolence. Stories told of how he could calm the waters during storms, ensuring safe passage for those who traversed the Nile. His dual nature as both a fierce predator and a protective deity made him a complex figure in Egyptian mythology. He was a god who could bring destruction, but also one who could foster life and prosperity. This balance of fear and respect was at the heart of his worship, making him a god who was both revered and feared by the ancient Egyptians. The grand temples dedicated to Sobek stood as testaments to his enduring power and influence. One of the most magnificent was the Temple of Kam-Ombo, perched on the banks of the Nile. This temple, shared with Horus the Elder, reflected Sobek's dual nature and his integral role in Egyptian religion. Pilgrims would travel from far and wide to pay homage to the crocodile god, seeking his protection and favor. The temple's walls were adorned with intricate carvings depicting Sobek in his various forms, a constant reminder of his watchful presence. In these sacred spaces, rituals and offerings to Sobek were a common practice. Priests would perform elaborate ceremonies, invoking Sobek's strength and asking for his blessings. Offerings of food, precious stones, and crafted idols were placed before his statues, each act a testament to the people's reverence and respect. The priests, dressed in elaborate garments, would chant hymns and conduct sacrifices, their voices echoing through the halls of the temple, calling upon Sobek to safeguard their homes and ensure the fertility of their lands. One of the most fascinating aspects of Sobek's worship was the keeping of live crocodiles as sacred animals. These creatures, seen as the living embodiments of the god, were tended to with great care. In some temples, the crocodiles were adorned with jewels and fed the choicest meats. When they died, they were mummified with the same reverence given to humans, their remains placed in elaborate tombs. This practice underscored the deep connection between Sobek and the Nile, highlighting the crocodile as both a symbol and a living representation of the god's power. The reverence for Sobek extended beyond the temples and into the daily lives of the ancient Egyptians. Festivals dedicated to Sobek were celebrated with fervor, marked by processions, feasts, and communal prayers. These festivals were a time for the people to come together, to honor the god who protected them and ensured their prosperity. Through these rituals and celebrations, Sobek's presence was felt in every aspect of life, reinforcing his role as a guardian and a provider. The worship of Sobek, with its rich traditions and practices, was a cornerstone of the spiritual life of ancient Egypt. Among the myriad tales that populated Egyptian mythology, those involving Sobek were among the most captivating. One such story tells of a time when the Nile was plagued by a monstrous serpent, threatening to devour the river and its life-giving waters. In this tale, Sobek emerged as the hero, his ferocity unmatched. With a mighty roar, he plunged into the depths, wrestling the serpent with his powerful jaws and ultimately defeating it, restoring the river to its former glory. This story not only highlighted Sobek's strength, but also his role as a protector of the Nile and its people. Another popular myth recounts Sobek's alliance with the falcon-headed god, Horus. In the epic battles against Set, the god of chaos, Sobek played a crucial role. His ability to navigate the treacherous waters and his unmatched strength made him an invaluable ally. Together, they fought to restore order, Sobek's ferocity complementing Horus's strategic mind. Their combined efforts ensured the stability of the kingdom, a testament to the power of unity among the gods. This tale reinforced Sobek's position as a deity of both war and protection, a guardian against chaos. Sobek's stories often highlighted the duality of his nature. In one legend, he was called upon to assist Ra, the sun god, during his nightly journey through the underworld. As Ra's boat navigated the perilous waters, Sobek swam alongside, warding off the dangers that lurked in the darkness. His presence ensured Ra's safe passage, allowing the sun to rise each morning. This narrative underscored Sobek's protective qualities, showing him as a guardian not just of the physical world, but of the cosmic order as well. The myths of Sobek were not solely tales of battle and protection. They also depicted moments of wisdom and compassion. In a lesser-known story, Sobek encountered a young fisherman who had lost his way in the marshes of the Nile. Instead of devouring the boy, Sobek guided him back to safety, imparting knowledge about the river and its secrets. This act of kindness highlighted Sobek's role as a teacher and a protector, a god who could be both fierce and benevolent. Through these stories, Sobek's multifaceted character came to life, captivating the imaginations of those who heard them. The legacy of Sobek was woven into the very fabric of ancient Egyptian culture. His influence extended far beyond the temples and myths, permeating the daily lives of the people. The Nile, which Sobek was believed to protect, was the lifeline of Egypt. Its annual inundation, bringing fertile silt to the farmlands, was seen as a direct blessing from Sobek. Farmers would offer prayers and sacrifices to ensure a bountiful harvest, viewing the crocodile god as a vital force in their agricultural success. Sobek's presence was also felt in the political and military realms. Pharaohs often invoked his name before battles, seeking his strength and ferocity to guide them to victory. Sobek's imagery was emblazoned on shields and banners, a symbol of power and protection. His dual nature as a warrior and a protector resonated with the rulers of Egypt, who saw in Sobek a reflection of their own roles. The god's influence extended to law and order, where his name was invoked to maintain justice and stability. In addition to his role in agriculture and governance, Sobek's legacy was deeply embedded in the spiritual and cultural practices of ancient Egypt. Festivals dedicated to Sobek were grand events, bringing communities together in celebration. These festivals featured processions, music, and dance, all aimed at honoring the crocodile god. Participants would don costumes and masks, reenacting the myths and stories of Sobek, immersing themselves in the rich tapestry of their heritage. These celebrations were a way for the people to connect with their history and the divine forces that shaped their world. Sobek's enduring legacy can also be seen in the archaeological remains that the landscape of Egypt. Temples, statues, and carvings dedicated to him stand as silent witnesses to his once great influence. These relics offer a glimpse into the past, revealing the depth of reverence and respect the ancient Egyptians held for Sobek. Even today, the stories and symbols of Sobek continue to captivate the imagination, serving as a bridge between the ancient and modern worlds. Through these enduring legacies, Sobek's story lives on, a testament to the enduring power of mythology and the human desire to understand and connect with the divine.